I had to check myself then, bruv. It's more of a full body, leave the anxiety at the door type thing. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ed Talks About. I'm Ed. Today we are going to be talking about hashish. What is hashish? Some people get confused with different types of extract and don't know what to call it, but it's all hashish. So let's go through it and let's just talk about the different types of hashish. So before I get into the topic, I just want to say thank you very much for everyone, all your support, all your comments. It seriously means a lot. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, join the family. And if you're not new to the channel, if you're old school OG, thank you very much for watching, man. I do appreciate it. I have noticed that only 50% of people watching my videos are subscribed, so it would help.
And YouTube, this video is for purely educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. I do not advise any of you to try anything you see in this video. Please, YouTube, do not restrict this video. It is purely information. Enjoy.
So, hashish. Hashish has been around for thousands of years. Literally, it is the oldest form of extract for cannabis. So it goes back to donkeys and donkeys years ago, basically. It's so old, it's got ancient rituals to it, yeah? So the first types of hashish that came around were the types that you can still get now. And these are the Moroccan, the Afghani, the Pakistani, the Nepalese. Now, these hashes are all made very different, but all very similar in the outcome. So if you've seen hashish, the old school hashish, you'd know it looks like a brown ball, maybe a light goldy color to it. And this depends on where you're getting it from. So Moroccan hash, because of the climate, they make dry sift. Now, dry sift is when they harvest the plant, they hang it up, they dry it, proper dry it, so it's like within an inch of its life. Then they pull it in, I'll get some pictures up, and then they put it in these drums and they bang it, they agitate the bud, and then all the trichomes fall off of the bud and collect underneath. They scrape that up, clump it together, and because it's an oil and it's sticky, even though it's dry, it still goes together. They put it in a press it into 100-gram blocks, and it's done. That is the Moroccan way of doing it. So the Afghani and the Pakistani way of doing it, now, I don't know why they do it like this, but I believe it's through to their climate. I don't know whether that... I always thought they could dry it out and do dry sift, but they use the charis way. The charis way and the rub way. So that they rub the plants halfway through crop, bang, 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 and they get all the resin on their hands, and they scrape it off their hands, and they collect it. And you see them, it looks like, you know, like the sausages you get, the rings of sausages. It looks like that, all bundled up together. So they do it like that. And the Nepalese, they make bubble hash. And the reason why they make bubble hash is because they can do it up in the mountains. Now, to make bubble hash, you need the water and everything to be freezing cold. For you to get the purest hash, you need to have everything freezing cold. We didn't talk about the water, the ice, the temperature that you're in, the utensils that you're using. It needs to be freezing. So the Nepalese have got Temple Ball down. Everyone knows about Temple Ball. That's old school. So they're the three old school ancient ways of making hash. Then we move on to the 2000s. So it's been a few thousand years, and all of a sudden, technology and everyone's brain, stoner ingenuity has taken over. And then we started with BHO and live resin. Now, BHO and live resin, they are made with solvents. BHO is butane, usually. That's what it started off as, and then you start using other things. That's how it's made. It's made with solvents. And yes, even though with the ovens and everything, it can be safe, they can get it down to parts per million, but the cleanest way still, at this moment of talking, is the old school way. There's no solvents being used in the old school way so far. And then you also have distillate. Now, distillate is something that I would steer clear from personally. It's cannabis that's been soaked in an alcohol of some sort or solvent of some sort. Then it's been put through a distilling process like an alcohol company would do to a similar process, different fractions, and they take out THC, they take out the CBD. So you're basically getting one cannabinoid. Unless, for instance, the UK medical market, they sell distillate cartridges on the UK medical market. So, but they have a mixture of just THC and CBD. Now, me personally, that's not enough. That might be enough for them, and they might be able to standardize the dosage and everything like that by distilling it and then adding it back together. But there's so many more cannabinoids than just them two. So for me personally, distillate is out the window. I do not touch it. I don't like it. I've tried it a few times. I've tried it on the channel. I just don't like it. So after that, people started getting a bit fucking shirty about the solvents that was being used. So then all of a sudden, Soil Grown, I don't know if you guys know him, came up with rosin. He was getting a bud of flower and just squeezing it between a t-shirt press. You know them big t-shirt presses you get with a bit of parchment paper on either side, and just squeezing it, and then all the oils were collecting on the outside. He was picking it up and he was dabbing it. Then that moved on to people making bubble hash. Remember how the Nepalese do it? People making bubble hash with all loads of different filters, so they get some clean product, and then they're squashing that. So now there is a cleaner product on the market than the old school Moroccan hash and everything like that. But we had to go through the solvent process to get to the solventness. We started off solventless, and then everyone thought you could go that way. And I understand you do get some good solvent extracts. Don't get me wrong, there is some good ones out there. But we have gone back to solventless, which is what the old school people used to do. So rosin is a purer form of the old ancient techniques that was used in Morocco, Afghanistan and Nepal. It's purer. It has more of a cannabis profile, terpene profile on it, because of the way it's done. New school technology making old school hash. Come on, man, it's just so good. It's like, you don't need to I don't see it moving on any further. Do you see it moving on any further? What can we do? Yeah, you've got the isolates, like you've got the little, they look like fucking crack things, don't they? Like, or fucking little meth, you know, like THC crystals and all these crystals and that. They're all isolates. They come under the distilled bracket. Yeah, and for me personally, there's no point to them. Just having one cannabinoid on its own, you're not getting no entourage effect. You're not getting the multi-cannabinoid effect. Like, you know, if cannabinoids are the car, yeah, we're talking THC, CBD, CBN and all that. If they are the car, terpenes are the driver. So me personally, when you just take everything out and then try and add it all back in, nah, don't work for me, mate. But yeah, I mean, that's it, basically. That's a little lowdown of the hashish. I know I've done it really quick. I could get right deep on this subject because I like reading about hashish and the way it was made and different emperors that used it and all that. Yeah, it's just great, man. Yeah, it's just, I love it. But that's just me. I hope this video has helped some of you. I do, because some of people I've seen on Twitter, what is it? God, I've got itchy nose. Adam Mill said, all rosin is hash, but not all hash is rosin. And people couldn't understand what he was saying. I was like, that's a fact, if I've said it right. All rosin is hash, but not all hash is rosin. That's correct. Yeah, I did say it right. I had to check myself then, bruv. Like, but yeah, no, that, and people couldn't understand it. So I thought, let's do a little video, see what happens. Let's try and educate some people on the facts, like, you know. But I'd stick to the pure stuff, the rosin. You know, I do like the Moroccan, don't get me wrong. It's good for anxiety and things like that, because when they make that stuff, THC degrades into CBN, and CBN is the sleepy cannabinoid, and the other terpenes and cannabinoids, they all change over time, you know, into different things. So when you've got a bit of Moroccan hash, it's more of a full body, leave the anxiety at the door type thing, you know. That's how I feel it. But and that's how a few people feel it. So I was giving some people some advice on that the other day because they're struggling with their anxiety. So hopefully it helps when they get some. But anyway, that's me. I'm finished. I had a little waffle. If no one said it to you today, I'm going to say it to you, all right? I love you, and I hope you have a blessed day. Peace out, people.